Hello everyone, about a week ago the first Pink Panther movie from the new releases from Kino Lorber Studio Classics showed up at my door on Blu-ray, and now we have the next three. Return will be coming in a few months. Return is always kind of an odd one with the different distribution rights issues, but we have also on Blu-ray Revenge of the Pink Panther, the last true Peter Sellers one's not just using previously recorded footage and piecing together a disaster of a movie. Revenge is the last of the real true Pink Panther movies. Go ahead and open that up. Where Clouseau fakes his own death. Brand new HD master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. A bunch of special features. We have audio commentary. 5 radio spots, 5 TV spots, and 2 theatrical trailers. Great classic comedy movie. Again, with the reversible cover. And then I had to get on the 4K and regular Blu-ray combo pack, my two favorites. And I don't really have a ton of 4K. I don't really use it a whole lot. I probably use Laserdisc more often than 4K, but a handful of very special movies I will go ahead and grab those for. These both, again, have tons of special features, audio commentaries, Back to the Start, Origin of the Pink Panther, Blake Edwards and Julie Andrews on the Dick Cavett Show, lots of TV spots, radio spots, all kinds of stuff, so a lot to get into. I'm really looking forward to these two in particular to see how they look and sound compared to previous releases. And I said in the other video a little bit about why I'm so excited for these to come out. First, to be able to have a new remastered copy of them, plus an affordable Blu-ray option for these movies. And then also because they are my favorite comedies of all time. Like, there are many other comedy movies, particularly classic comedies. Are really, for comedy, the 30s is one of my favorite eras, but when it comes down to my absolute favorites, it's a lot of Peter Sellers movies in general. Really love the Pink Panther series. And then I'm going to pull out, look at the reversible cover. This is, to me, is more the iconic cover for Strikes Again, which Strikes Again is, I think, to me, it is my second favorite comedy of all time, but I think it is genuinely the funniest comedy movie ever made. Seen it hundreds of times, and I still am in tears laughing watching it again. But my overall favorite is A Shot in the Dark. There's something about the style of this as a movie that was not originally intended to be a Clouseau film related to the Pink Panther movies in any way. It was based off a play, and then Blake Edwards was brought in, and things were changed, and we ended up with a great comedy classic. But I think part of why I like it is the slightly different tone in comparison to the other ones because of its different origins. It still has a lot of the great Clouseau moments and slapstick comedy, and it's really, really funny, but it also has little remnants of some of the tonal differences from its origins. The reversible cover, which that's the same as what I have on my beta copy. So I'm incredibly excited to grab these, and these movies not only just kind of like favorites, but they're very special movies to me. These two in particular, Pink Panther Strikes Again and A Shot in the Dark, are legitimately in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, both of them. I tend to love a lot of big epics and adventure films and science fiction films, and there are a handful of comedies, though, that I just love to death, and these two are just all-time classics. All of them in general I really, really love. These are just kind of standouts, and not only are they fantastic movies, but they're movies I've watched again and again, year after year. Not even exaggerating when I say I've seen most of them well over 100 times. I don't really want to think how many overall, but partially because they're movies that I grew up with on these exact VHS copies, and they are movies that really hold special because I don't have much of anything from my dad, who passed away many years ago when he battled with alcoholism for years, and ended up moving back to Germany, and through that whole process pretty much gave away just about everything. Just like there's nothing really left of his in the later years after he moved and then after he died, except these were his personal little VHS collection. These were his favorite movies of all time. I think his overall favorite was The World of Henry Orient, but all these VHS tapes, these are the original ones that he had. He had like this big TV that used to be in our living room in our old house, was then in his office, and we moved to another house years later, and these were under that TV in this little glass case, stand with the VCR for my entire childhood. So these VHS tapes are literally the only physical thing I have that was my dad's or related to my dad. So they're really special movies to me for that reason, and ones that I just love to watch over and over again. So very happy to have these now on Blu-ray with these new releases. Of course, I got this about a week ago or so, and I watched through this new edition, and it is just heads and tails better than any previous edition. Even this one had a previous Blu-ray release that was pretty easy to grab, and it looks better, sounds better, special features are fantastic. I mean, it's definitely the best version out there, and I'm assuming these are going to be just the same, and I can't wait to really get into these and even check out like the 4K for that one. And then Return will be coming, and that will be amazing to have these to join all the other Peter Sellers movies that I have on Blu-ray. I just can't believe these have finally come out. I was giving up hope that we would ever see these re-released on Blu-ray after that old set. And to see them not only re-released, but very affordably and in amazing quality, it's just like a dream come true.